I'm Joanna Small, the Public Information Officer for the Commerce City Police Department. It's Monday, June 24th, and these are your weekend high or lowlights, depending on how you look at them. This is essentially our video blotter where we give you a rundown of the most significant incidents your CCPD patrol officers responded to over the weekend. But we do always like to start off with a few fast facts. We answered 346 calls for service and made 33 traffic stops just on Saturday and Sunday. Now, here are those highlights in chronological order. Overnight Friday, officers were called to a felony menace scene at the 7-Eleven on East 72nd Avenue. An individual in a Jeep had pointed a gun at the reporting party while at the gas pumps. In order to distract officers, the suspect in that case called 911 to report a different felony menacing. We located and detained him. We learned that while he did not have a gun, he had an object that looked like a gun. He's facing felony menacing and false reporting charges. Early Friday morning, officers were sent to the 6200 block of East 62nd Avenue for a suspicious incident. A person called 911 to report a man asleep in a vehicle with a firearm on the passenger seat. We located that vehicle and placed tire deflation devices. The driver woke up and instead of complying with commands, he drove over the devices. We again found the vehicle at 7400 Quebec and saw employees at the water treatment facility escorting a male and two females off their property. All three had active warrants, and one who was underage was a reported runaway. We also learned the truck they had fled in was an unreported stolen vehicle. They're facing a number of charges to include vehicular eluding, obstruction, and motor vehicle theft. Also on Friday, officers were called to a fast food restaurant in the 5100 block of Quebec for a felony menacing in which an employee had supposedly pulled a gun on a customer. We located the 17-year-old employee and did find a handgun in his waistband. Another employee admitted there had been a confrontation, but that it was the customer who displayed the firearm. The teenager's gun was confiscated for evidence, and this incident is still under investigation. As you're probably aware, Friday was an extremely busy day in Commerce City. A man wanted for a violent domestic violence assault barricaded himself inside an apartment on 72nd after initially taking a maintenance worker hostage. Fortunately, that innocent victim was able to escape. What followed was a 5-hour standoff involving our combined SWAT team with Brighton. The suspect was eventually shot and killed by police. His victim in the assault was very seriously injured and transported to the hospital. The 17th Judicial District's Critical Response Team is now conducting the investigation into this incident. Also on Friday or very early Saturday, officers responded to a multi-motorcycle crash on I-270 at York. Two motorcycles were traveling at what witnesses say was a high rate of speed when they both crashed. One struck an SUV and both skidded a very significant distance. The two teen drivers and one teen passenger were all seriously injured but are expected to survive. Early Sunday morning, officers were sent to the 11,000 block of Fraser Street after a family had returned home from camping to find a bullet had entered their second-story window in their residence. No one was home at the time, fortunately. The bullet was collected for evidence, and a canvass of the neighborhood did reveal that residents heard several gunshots in that area on Friday night. Overnight, Sunday into Monday, officers were sent to a business in the 7,000 block of Highway 2. It appeared someone had attempted to break into the building by smashing a vehicle into the front door. Initially, the inspection of the damage suggests this will require thousands of dollars in repairs to make whole. Fortunately, no one gained entry into the building. That's all for now. We'll see you next time. Have a safer week, Commerce City, and remember, if you need us, we are always just minutes away.